Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about having a Leo Mercury in a natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the Mercury signs. They were a little bit concise, and some people may have referred to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series on them and make them a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway. First thing up for Leo Mercury. Mercury, of course, is connected with communication, and having a Leo Mercury, communications may be very, they can be loud, sometimes vociferous, but yet they can be creative. There may be a lot of creativity, in one's, when the person is speaking, talking about creative ideas, and it can be, but at times the communications can be a little bit loud and vociferous, and you also have, the boastful energy with Leo, where might be a tendency to be boastful from time to time. The person may often talk about, their achievements and accomplishments, and there might be, an aura of superiority when the person communicates. Also, too, sometimes the communication maybe was a little bit of that Leo ferocity. And another thing, too, is that the thing about, Leo, talking about Leo Mercury, is that the thing is, it can also, as far as, subjects that the person may talk about can be, talking about things connected with entertainment, acting, sports, from time to time. And it might also be, where the person may speak in an authoritative manner. I had a friend of mine was talking about another friend of mine one time, and he said that, man, he sounded very authoritative when he spoke, and the person he was referring to has a Leo Mercury. Ironically enough, if I remember correctly, the person that stated that also had a Leo Mercury, so I thought that's like astrology, universe having a sense of humor, what have you. But anyway, the next thing. Now, Mercury is also connected with our thinking and, assimilating information. So this is a person, with Leo Mercury, the person may take a lot of pride in the information they gather and assimilate. They want to believe that their thinking, their ideas are superior and surpass other people's. The thinking can be very creative, though, as well, and they're often people that have Leo Mercury are confident in their ideas that they're going to be successful, that they can flourish. That, like say if it's a business idea, as an example, that the person would flourish as a result of the idea and can prosper. There may also be conversations and like, well, that's really the communication part of it, but the person may think often, with their heart and or assimilate from have their heart in it when they are taking in information. And also the ideas for Leo Mercury people can be very grandiose. They can be very big and grand, and they can have very big plans. Doesn't mean they're going to follow through on all of them, but their plans can be a little bit on the large side. And they can also, the mind can be very resolute. You're talking about a fixed sign, and then Mercury, again, the planet of the mind, and planet of communication, thinking, assimilating information, and again, the person may take pride in their ideas, and whatever ideas they come up with, they formulate. They want to believe that theirs can be better than others. It doesn't mean this person never will listen to anybody else's plans or ideas, but they're going to do what they can to make sure that, in their mind at least, that their ideas are right up there, with others at least. And now another thing too is that Mercury is associated with siblings, cousins, and neighbors. So having, Leo Mercury, the person may have, siblings, cousins, and neighbors. One or more of these people may actually have a Leo sun, moon, or ascendant, or simply embody the characteristics of the sign. And these can be people that are very, generous, gregarious, magnanimous, but also at times may be arrogant or overly extravagant and dramatic. They can be people that are in Leo, type professions, whether it's acting, entertainment, circus performing, the military, sports, cardiology, even doing something with, excuse me, a product demonstration, because Leo likes to boast things up. And now another thing too about Mercury in astrology is that it's associated with our early education. And during this time in early education for a Leo Mercury person, the person may have really desired attention, wanted attention to be, could be the center of attention in the classroom, especially if the sun was in Leo and or Leo ascendant, I would say. But another thing that the person may have been very extroverted and gregarious during this time, expressed generosity toward classmates. There may have also been a lot of activity in sports, doing things where one could shine, or taking some kind of acting or entertainment courses, but could also been a little bit flamboyant and done certain things to stand out among others in the classroom, and very persuasive as well to get certain things, and to because Leo Mercury can speak and can be very commanding. When they speak, they have a way in which they could be very convincing and give significance to whatever it is they're communicating. Mercury is also connected with short journeys and local transportation. So having a Leo Mercury, short journeys may often be rather extravagant and costly. They can be, when I say sunny, this might be where taking short journeys may brighten the person's day, make them more, feel more sunny. Um, it can be done with a lot of vivaciousness and excitement. And the person may be interested in flashy cars, the ones that are extravagant or flamboyant, the ones that they can stand out, vibrant colors. And also, the person may often take, short journeys, like, to entertainment venues or some kind of, it could be going to a movie theater, going to, some, play, or even going to some expo that's associated with entertainment, as some examples. Another thing too is that Mercury is connected with the rational mind, and having a Leo Mercury, the rational mind and thinking may be affected. Sometimes it could simply be by derogatory remarks of another person. Leo energy, they can't see, especially if this is a person that has a Leo sun as well. Leo may not, be able to see something negative against themselves and have a hard time dealing with it, or somebody tries to downplay an idea that he or she comes up with, tries to show him or her up somehow. These are things I would think that can affect the rational mind, strongly for people that have a Leo Mercury. Now another thing too is that Mercury in astrology is associated with analysis. So the person may analyze things with a lot of heart, and they might also be analyzing matters pertaining to the heart. If there are any heart issues, this is a person that might really try to try to understand it very deeply. It could be person might analyze things associated with sports, or things that are associated with sports equipment. If the person is playing tennis, the person may try to analyze, well, how am I, what is my best asset, as an example, as a tennis player? How can I actually win this match, swinging the tennis racket at a certain angle and get the best results, and things of that nature, as an example. And also, my person may often analyze children if he or she has any behavioral patterns, as an example, things associated with acting as well, and entertainment. Now, Mercury is also connected with the hands and manual dexterity. So, a person with Leo Mercury may be somebody that could be equipped to do, cardiology well, be able to have the strong use of the hands, in the process, being a cardiologist, doing some, it could be surgery, associated with the heart, or doing something with, you know, um, the spine or upper back as a massage therapist, because Leo rules the spine and upper back, and those are some examples. And as far as the hands and manual dexterity associated with Mercury being in the zodiac sign Leo. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.